Good morning, everyone. Namaste. I'm going to call in Archangel Michael to clear, cleanse the space, all negative and lower vibrations from our mind, body, and soul, placing the white light of protection on us with his blue seal. We're going to be reading a new book I was guided to get. It's the Kybalion, and it is the 7 Hermetic Principles, the original. And it says 3 initiates, preface and comments by Elias Rubinstein. And says that we're going to read the back first. It says, to immerse yourself in the Hermetic philosophy of Hermes Trismegistus, I always say that wrong. The Kybalion unveils the 7 universal principles: mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, and gender, offering profound insights into the universe and the human consciousness. So we're going to start, and we're going to read the preface, and it states that one of the best known of Hermeticism is the modern time of the Kybalion. It is not surprising that the author's name is missing from the cover of the book. As we work with written 3 initiates whose identities are still unknown at this time. There are much speculation about who these initiates might be, often spread by members of various groups with vested interest. However, the truth behind the rumors remain hidden, and it's important to understand that the lack of the author's name often has deeper reason. Many high-ranking personalities or leaders of mysterious orders publish either under their real name or under a well-known pseudonym. The question is that arise to why these initiates should be attributed to certain organizations if some of the presumed individuals were already well-known authors at the time. It would be illogical for a famous writer to publish a book anonymously or under another name. The linguistic style of the Kybalion is also very different from the authors often assumed in this context. They would only certainly that the book was written by 3 authors who described themselves as the initiates. This was at a time in 1908 when the Eastern spiritual currents were gained a foothold in both the U.S. and Europe. The language in this book was partly designed to challenge the reader intellectually rather than to comment on the text in simple terms. From today's point of view, the syntax often seems complicated and long-winded, with convoluted sentences that require reading in order to grasp the entire content. The term initiates have a special meaning in the Western tradition. It refers not only as the mere understanding of the secret teachings, but also the acceptance into the mysterious covenant through the ritual initiates that users in a new phase of life. Those who study the individual principles of the Kybalion will find many parallels with older writings that belong to the Hermetic tradition. There are no serious contradictions here, but a contemporary formulation of the ancient wisdom. But one thing is great importance: the Kybalion contains no practical parts. It is a theoretical textbook on spiritual laws. This indicates the authors were indeed initiates, for true initiates do not reveal superficial techniques or botch methods. They formulate universal laws to show that they exist, and at the same time they set clear limits. Furthermore, true initiates appreciate the inestimable value of authentic training in the initiatory order, which cannot be replaced by books. Their order has been a central symbolic, practical significance in many mystery schools. It is reflected, for example, the statement, "Where 2 or 3 gathered in my name, in the midst of them." Many mystery societies require at least 3 initiates to lead the initiate group. Before dealing with higher occult teachings, an aspirant should deal with the basic areas of life such as health, career, family, and finances. Absolutely, guys. Deal with yourself first and foremost. The aspirant should understand that there is no chance in his life. He should be responsible for his life. Likewise, every person has the opportunity to change his life, and no occult techniques are needed. Life is fair, therefore the same spiritual tools are available to all. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys. I'm going to be skimming through some of this, so I might bypass certain things. But, you know, I would just state this. You know, I do read a lot of different occult teachings and different occult books on this channel of mine. But I will say this, I have done about 4 or 5 years. And then before that, I went to therapy for 15 years. And I have a bachelor's in science of psychology and a master's of science in psychology. And I worked with trauma victims for 5 years. So I have a wealth of knowledge, and I really did the inner work, and am still doing the inner work on a daily basis every day. So it's not like I took a leap from one thing to another and I just went down a rabbit's hole and now all of a sudden I'm reading the book on the Kabbalion. There were many steps that you don't see, that I don't share on this channel, and it's really diving deep into the inner work and ridding things that I did not feel like were serving my best and highest good. I quit drinking alcohol about 4 years ago. In about a week, it'll be 4 years. I don't do any sort of, prescriptions. I don't do any sort of, DRU, blah, blah, blah. But I don't do anything at all. I'm completely sober. And, I really went in and looked at people in my life and were they benefiting me? Not that they were bad people, but were they benefiting me? So I've sat there and I've challenged myself and went through very hard times as a result of making all these changes. I've lost a lot of people on my life, but I'm in a higher vibrational state where really, God and my team of light are my best friends. And I don't know how to explain that anymore unless you go on that journey. So doing works like this, these are very helpful, but you cannot bypass the steps of doing the inner work first and foremost. So I hope this helps. I love you all. Have a blessed day, and namaste.